Well, hello. Happy Friday. It is Friday, right? I'm off my game today, guys. Hello, Anne. Nice to see you. Feel free to say hello as you join in here. Hello, Jackie. Good morning, Jackie and friends. If this is your first time here, my name is Jacqui Mancuso. I am a Reiki Master Teacher joining you from Northern Illinois. We'll talk a little bit about what's going on in the skies, and then we'll do a oracle reading, and then we'll do a grounding meditation, some Reiki energy, and then we'll say goodbye. Lucy, hello Jackie, and all Jane, hi Jackie and everyone. Carmina, yes, Venus's day. Yes, Friday is ruled by Venus. I think that's why I've always liked Fridays. It's a good date night, right? I would rather take a date night on a Friday than on a Saturday, because Saturday is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is like father time, like the one who's like waiting at the door, like, haven't you been out long enough? Don't you need to go home so you can take care of your responsibilities tomorrow? Yeah, definitely if you're doing a date night, opt for Friday. Or if you have one of those like unconventional schedules, I think Thursday is a good date night, because Thursday is Jupiter day. Jupiter is like luck and expansion and abundance, right? So you could have like a big date. Wednesday is Mercury, so Wednesday's really good if you want to have a nice conversation with the person. Monday is the moon. Monday is lots of emotions. So maybe if you want that emotional connection with that person. Yeah, Bonnie, I just sneezed right before I started. It's just because so my husband took the day off today, so I got to sleep in, right? So of course my whole day is all messed up. And I usually wake up with a stuffy nose this time of year from the dry air. So not sick, but yeah, and then Tuesdays are ruled by Mars. So if you're doing like axe throwing came in my mind. So if you want to do like one of those crazy dates, do it on a Tuesday. Thanks for that whole conversation starter, Carmina. Christine, good morning, Jackie and friends. Paula, good morning. Bonnie, I did see your email. I just haven't had a chance to read it yet, but I saw that something is there. Let's talk about the skies today. So, Pluto, actually, I haven't checked if it's direct or if it's going direct later today. That will take me about 20 seconds. Let's see. Pluto is retrograde still, so Pluto will station direct sometime later today. I don't have an exact time for you, but the point when planets switch direction is a huge deal. Pluto is way out there. His orbit is huge, and he is grinding to a halt at this point. So he's like, moving along. Oh, it's time to retrograde. I'm going to slow down, like put on the brakes. Imagine a train when it's stopping, and then it's slowly going to start to move and go back the other way. What's that, Carmina? Oh, planets, yeah. So later today, Pluto will station direct. This is happening at 26 degrees of Capricorn. I didn't look to see where Pluto started, but I think it was around like 28 degrees of Capricorn. So it's only been that little bit that Pluto has been retrograding past since April. So maybe take a think back to what your life looked like in April and what your life looks like now, because Pluto is the destroyer. So when Pluto passes over a place in your chart, he likes to rip it all up, take apart every little piece, get down to all the nitty-gritty details, and that has been giving us an opportunity to take a look at all of these things and ask ourselves, does this serve my highest good? Should I leave it? Or is this a pattern of behavior that doesn't? Like, this is a time to get rid of it. I was a hot mess in April. Now I am finally settling, Jennifer. Good. It seems like this has been a good time of just release. Christine, have you tried a neti pot for your sinuses? Yeah, once a long time ago, and it grossed me out. It was weird. I just need to start getting my my humidifier going when I'm sleeping. So Yes, we've had 6 months of digging up all of these Capricorn energies in ourselves in order to examine them and toss away what doesn't work and keep what does work. So Capricorn is the most advanced earth sign. So when we think of these earth qualities that I'll list in a second, think of Capricorn being like the adult. Like Taurus is the baby, Virgo is kind of like the teenager, young adult, and Capricorn is like the dad. Capricorn does represent dad energy in the zodiac as well. So examining all of these, the following things: your finances, how you approach your finances, authority, either how you view authority in your life or how you act as an authority figure in your life, your routines, in ways of having the dedication to make things happen in your life. Like the dedication to view a goal and say, this is exactly how it's going to happen, and then you make that happen. Your sense of determination could have been affected throughout the last 6 months. Maybe you learned a lesson where like maybe you were presented with some situation where you had to be completely determined and you couldn't stop, and that was the universe's way of showing you, like, hey, maybe this is the way that you stay determined instead of this is how you used to do it, those kinds of things. What else? And also just like how you want to create a new future for yourself. Do you feel like you've been a little bit more excited about your future in the last 6 months? Like, what has Pluto dug up out of you throughout all of those Capricorn themes that are serving you to move forward in your life? So I was doing just a little bit of research about like what exactly this means now that Pluto is stationing direct, and a lot of it was saying that this is a time now for healing all of those things that we've thrown out of our system, right? Because when we hang on to things, they find a nice little cozy spot in our body, and then when it's time to get rid of it, it doesn't, it doesn't leave a hole, but like there's space that you had for this belief, and now it's gone, and now there's nothing in that space. So take, I would say, probably the next month for healing, maybe even 2 months for healing. So just recognizing what you have changed, what beliefs you have thrown out. Maybe do some shadow work regarding those beliefs. Like, why did I not want to keep focus on something for a long time? Why did I think that I was not worthy of receiving X amount of money from someone? And yeah, maybe throw on a shadow work meditation, having that in mind, and go in there, see where that belief came from, heal the situation. And then I would say probably beginning of 2023 is when it's time to like, okay, I got rid of this nasty stuff. This is what I want to have now. Let's go do it. Anik, hello, this is so interesting. Also, good morning. Good morning, Anik. Nice to see you. I also got your email. I just haven't been able to respond to it yet. Kayla, if you try one, make sure to use distilled or sterile water. Okay, thank you. Thank you. We have a very nice reverse osmosis system here in my house, and I use it for everything. Elisa, this is describing my entire last 6 months. Isn't it weird how the planets have an impact on our lives? Right? Like, astrologers aren't 100% crazy, maybe just 90%, but like some of the stuff that we talk about is impacting us. Yeah, that's awesome. Good morning, Dr. Monica. Very nice to see you. So yeah, this might be a day of reflection or a weekend of reflection, but I do want you guys to like look back all the way to April, having those higher Earth Capricorn things in mind, and just see how you have changed. All very true. Beautiful. Just a quick update on my women's retreat. I have 6 spots remaining, so if you'd like to come join us next March and April in Southern Kentucky for 4 days and 3 nights at my Aquarius Adventures retreat, you can find information on my website. You can find my website in the About section of my teacher profile here on Insight Timer. Jody, happy Friday, all. Welcome, welcome. Lucy, I'm now seeing the bloke I financed in April. Oh, the bloke I fancied. I'm now seeing the bloke I fancied in April. Lucy, are you from the UK? Because I'm trying to decode that slang to my Midwestern slang. The bloke means the dude, right? The fancied. Oh, so you got with the guy that you were interested in April. That's cool. Good for you, Lucy. Beautiful. That's exciting. Doug, Friday. Gotta get down on Friday morning, everyone. So, something about Rebecca Campbell came up, and I can't remember what it was. She's like making a comeback or something. I don't know. Monica, I find for myself that acknowledging is essential to stepping into lasting growth. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, naming the things that are plaguing us take their power away. It puts us back in power. Thank you, Anik. All right, so today I felt called to the Gateway of Light activation cards. So just taking a look at how we can step a little bit further into our light, step a little bit further into using this light body for good now that we have had those 6 months to get rid of all of those Pluto themes. So I invite you to send your energy into my deck as I begin to shuffle. If this is your first time with me, the way that I run my readings is by doing group readings. So I will allow 3, just spoke to Jackie, beautiful. I'll allow our energies to blend in my deck. And I'll allow 3 cards to fall out for us. And then I will show you the backs of the 3 cards, so they will all look the same. But I invite you to tune into your other physical senses, because that's how our guides speak to us. That's how intuition works. And we are all intuitive. We are all psychic. We all have all of these clair senses, but we've just been told that that's for special people or for crazy people. They've been suppressed. Because could you imagine, just take a second and think about this. If every person on this earth trusted their intuition 100%, people wouldn't be able to lie to us. It wouldn't be possible to, like, I don't know, convince people to do things for money because they would feel the energy is off, you know what I'm saying? Lucy, oops, I'm already feeling 3 too. Daphne, hello, welcome. So if there is a number that is calling to you in your head right now, that's called claircognizance, where you just kind of have a knowing that a certain number is speaking with you, speaking to you. It's going to be such an amazing world, Kayla. Whew. Amazing is like an understatement. Like, there is no word for the energy of what is to come. Beautiful. Jennifer's loving it. Christine, good morning. Ash, we'd be talking telepathically. Absolutely. And that's already like starting to uncover itself, especially like stuff like this, right? And I don't fully understand it, so I'm going to go off on a little tangent, but like I'm shuffling these cards, right? And sometimes I see the front of the cards as they fall out, and sometimes I don't. That could be a telepathic communication with you guys, because if my energy picks up something from a card that I do see and you feel it through the computer, and then you're like, oh, well, I like that message, and then you're like, well, I don't know why this card is resonating with me, but it is. I feel like that's the first step of telepathy with us. Like it's just an energy understanding. Daphne's feeling card number 9. We only have 3 cards today, so maybe card number 3 is going to hit you 3 times. Kayla 2 just came through to me. Lucy, I've had dreams where we communicate telepathically, and it's great. Christine, 3 popped into my head this morning too. Doug, I talk telepathically to my dog. It's good practice. Nicely done, Doug. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Love that, Doug. I wish I could do that, says Lucy. You can. Here's a brief exercise that I actually just learned regarding a horse, and I don't remember where I learned this. I think it was I listened to Pam Gregory, she's my favorite astrologer, and she was having a talk with some lady. I think this is where it came from. However, the lady was mentioning that she would be loading her horse up onto the trailer to go to a horse show, and the horse would be freaking out, like, I don't want to get in the trailer, I don't know what to do. So what this woman would do is she would like lock eyes with the horse, like she would get the horse's attention so that they're connected, and then she would imagine all of the fun that the horse had at this horse show last time, and she would send that energy through to the horse, and the horse would kind of like, oh, okay, that's what this is for, and she would calm down. So I've actually been trying to do that with my dogs as well. When they get all anxious and worked up, I try to picture a time when they felt calm and safe and like try to send that to them. But I've only tried it like once or twice so far, so that's beautiful, Doug. Thanks for bringing that up. All right, so I'm going to show you the backs of these 3 cards, and then let us know in the chat which card, or perhaps more than one card, are resonating with you today. So here is the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. So feel free to let us know in the chat which of those are resonating with you, and I will show them one more time. Here is, again, the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. So let's see which cards are resonating with you today. Lucy says, thanks for the tip, Jackie. We'll try it with my dogs. Off to the vet with one of them later this afternoon, so that will come in handy. Maybe imagine that dog getting just like the best treat once you do get to the vet's office. All right, Ash is feeling 1 and 2, Kaz 1 and 2, Jennifer definitely 3 and 1, Jody 2 flew out at me. Let's see, Melanie 2 and 3, Bonnie, when you said this was the deck, I knew I'm here for all 3. Beautiful. Doug's feeling resonance with 2, Elisa 2 and 3, Christine 3 and 2, Maria 3, Anik 2, Monica's feeling 2 and 3. Let's see what comes through. Carmina, I never experience anything when you hold up the cards, so I take that to mean I need them all. Absolutely, I would trust that too. Oftentimes, actually I feel like almost every time, these cards now, so when I first started doing these readings here with you guys, it would be very clear, like, this is message number 1, period. This is message number 2, period. And now they kind of like tell a whole story. And usually if people resonate with 1 or 2 of the cards, I feel like that's just like more prevalent in their current situation. Christine, 3 is the strongest, 2, then 1 for me. All right. Anik, Lucy, try telling your dog that you're going to visit the doctor at whatever time today, and we'll take a little ride in the car and then home for treats. Love it, Anik. Thanks for the suggestion. If card number 1 resonated with you, we are working with the Merkaba activation, and I've actually never heard of this before, so I'm curious to see what comes up, but this geometry is drawing me in right now. I don't know about you guys. This image is just lovely. Transcendence, ascension, you are rising up. Merkaba and Merkaba are an ancient Egyptian and Hebrew words relating to the ascension process of the soul. The Hebrew Merkaba or Merkava means chariot or vehicle, and it's most commonly associated with the prophet Ezekiel's vision of angels traveling on or in spheres of light. In ancient Egyptian, Ker means light, Ka means spirit, and Ba means body. When these three words are put together, the idea is that light engulfs the spirit and body, and there is an opportunity to rise up. The symbol of the Merkaba is the star tetrahedron. This 8-pointed star is simply the 3-dimensional extension of a hexagram, a symbol that is strongly associated with the Hebrew and Egyptian mystery schools. In modern spirituality, the Merkaba is acknowledged as the light body or vehicle that we can activate for the ascension process. It has been said that it is surrounded by an 8-pointed star tetrahedron, and when we're on an aligned spiritual level, the star spins at great speed, creating a sphere of unbreakable light around us. This sphere of light can help us move between the dimensions. While we are having a human experience, it creates a portal into the divine matrix so that we can connect with guidance and walk the path of light. You are raising your vibration and becoming magnetic to the presence of wisdom and light. You are in a space of ascension. The ascension process isn't about leaving this incarnation or dimension, but about finding harmony within it. All of the attention, love, and care you have been giving to your body are supporting your spiritual journey. A powerful gateway of light is surrounding you now, allowing you to connect with the divine matrix of ancient wisdom. It's important for you to be aware of the information, energy, and downloads you are receiving, for all that's coming through is supporting your expansion. You are moving up a level. It's time to fly high. A very sacred way of just reminding you that you are ascending, that everything that is happening to you now, all of the messages that you're receiving, all of the strange downloads that you may not be understanding by any means, these are all here to help your ascension process. And I love how this card says that the ascension process isn't about leaving this incarnation or dimension, but about finding harmony within it. If you are like me and you've been researching all of this 5D energy stuff for the last however long, I've been very curious about what will happen when people do reach this 5D, this 5th dimensional energy. Like, what will happen to their physical bodies, right? We were born into 3 dimensions and things are heavy and dense and heavy. 4th dimension, in my opinion, is where most of us are right now, where we're like, well, I know that doesn't work for me, but I would like to be at a higher state of consciousness. I would like to be at a higher being. Like, how do I get there? And the 4th dimension is about like leaving things behind, right? Like appreciating the Pluto retrograde and dropping things off that no longer serve you in order to continue to this light body. The 5th dimension, I was still like, I don't know, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be cool, but who knows what that is. And then that Merkaba activation kind of reminds us that, like, everything's still gonna look physically the same. It's just about how you approach the 3rd dimensional things in your life. Because it's not about escaping anything, it's just about becoming more comfortable with your surroundings. Jackie, you looked like you had an aha moment when you read about ascension there. Yeah, and I think it was that point where it says that, like, it's not about leaving this incarnation or dimension, but about finding harmony within it. It was kind of a aha moment because I've been talking about harmony for at least the last couple weeks. We've had all this Libra energy, Sun in Libra, Venus in Libra, And I've been urging you guys to find a place of harmony before things get a little nuts at the end of this month. Dr. Monica, this is a sacred shape. I love it. Oh, beautiful, Kayla. Sorry, I already scrolled away from it. Ash Crown Chakra. Yeah, connecting with the divine. Anique says, what a fabulous message. Lucy, some teachers say they are already living in 5D. I've heard that as well, and I'm still a little skeptical, right? I know that I can't understand someone else's experience, but at least the ones that I've heard, the way that it comes out through their voice to me feels inauthentic. But that's just me, right? And I probably have not come across the teachers that you have. Yes, maybe some people are, because maybe it is just finding harmony with everything that is. You don't know what you don't know, right? What else do I want to say about that? Nothing. Ash, once we start just being, awareness will open up to new dimensions. 100%. 100%. I feel like I have so many thoughts about what the third dimension is versus fourth versus fifth, but it's hard for me to get the words out. Once we start just being, yes, third dimension, which is what we were born into, is not just being. Third dimension is seeing event equals emotional reaction, no matter what the event is, and it could be positive or negative emotional reaction. But third dimension in my perception is that the external world has full control over our internal beings. I believe, yes, the fourth dimension is where you're like, well, I don't want the external to impact the internal. I want to find that place of peace and harmony within that is so sturdy that no matter what happens outside of me, I come back to it. So then I would say, yes, Ash, once we learn to just be, literally anything could come at me, but I have my peace and serenity inside myself. I think that's where fifth dimension starts to come out. Ash, I can tell I've used to be stuck in my head a lot. These days I'm not thinking that much. I understand things much better, keeping my own drama at low. Likewise, it's been taking a lot of work. It's not even hard work, it's just dedication to yourself. It's just loving yourself enough to work through the stuff that doesn't matter. Let's see what card number 2 has for us today. Card number 2 brings us to the ancestral realm. This came up last week. Karmic release, healing the lineage, boundaries. In every incarnation, we have been blessed to be a part of a lineage that helps us live our life and embark on learning experiences. And for hundreds and even thousands of years, those who have walked the earth before us have prayed for a better life. We are an answer to those prayers. Even though they may no longer be on the physical plane, our ancestors are living through our choices and experiences. None of our ancestors had it perfect. After all, they were human too. They made poor choices. They had mistaken views. Many of their intentions were honorable, many were not. All of this is held within the ancestral lineage, as are many beliefs, ideas, and limitations that are outdated, fear-based, and even harmful. All of these karmic energies can hold us back. But when someone decides to walk the spiritual path, whether they realize it or not, their life becomes an answer to their ancestors' prayers. When this card comes to you, your life is an answer to a great ancestral call. This card initiates healing on all levels, but particularly on the family line. There may be some ideas and beliefs in your family that you find limiting or negative. Know that they need not be your truth. You have the opportunity to go beyond the challenging energies of your family lineage. If you are in a particularly challenging time or facing energies that are harsh and even overwhelming, the energy of your ancestors is with you now. They are here to hold a sacred space so that you can rest. Your ancestors are surrounding you now. They are here to seek forgiveness for any harmful decisions that were made without full awareness, and for any negative effects those are having on you now. If you have found that a particular family member has been difficult, or a relationship has been negatively impacted because of situations or ideas that stem from the past, know that a great cleansing is taking place at this time. The ointment for the wound is the energy of forgiveness. This isn't about accepting what happened as fine, but realizing that the energies of the past no longer govern your present. It's about choosing to create your own happiness and live from your own heart. Keep your boundaries strong, but be open to carving out a new path. It was a card similar to this from a different deck that came up last week, but essentially just reminding us that these patterns that we were born into due to our ancestral line, it's not, what's the word, like a detriment, it's not a punishment, it's not saying that you have to end up where you came from. We have the power to heal things through our ancestral lines. And as this card reminds us, we are the answers to the prayers of our ancestors. No one is perfect, right? Our ancestors did the best they could with what they had, and they may have set us up for success in lots of places, and may have accidentally set us up for failure in others. But this card is here to remind us that just because you came from XYZ doesn't mean that that's your destiny. That's just the cards that you were dealt when you came into this incarnation. And what you do in this incarnation is 100% up to you. Free will. Bring your light body into this incarnation and let it expand. Again, I feel like there's more to say about that card, but I feel like it'll come out after we read the third. Maybe the first step is to recognize ancestral patterns that are present in your life or in your family, which I guess can be hard if you don't know much about your ancestral line. But I also have a feeling that a lot of you guys are the black sheep of your family. Maybe looking to see what patterns are present in the rest of your family, you know, like the other part of your family. Look to what patterns are present there without judgment, just by observing, and ask yourself how you were able to transcend that pattern, like what it took for you to not fall into the unconscious way of life that you view them living through. And then maybe turn in with some compassion for them and appreciate that you are the one who broke that pattern. Because once you break an ancestral pattern, like it's broken. It's not there, at least for your line, right? Which is all that we have control over. Carmina, my family put the fun in dysfunctional. Yep, I feel that too, Carmina. I love it. I love it. Let's see. Alisa, wow. I knew there was an affirming card when I saw it. I am building a life that is so far from where my family has been for centuries. It's so challenging, but so amazing to feel that I am breaking ancestral struggles and paving a new path for myself and my kids. I love it. It's like that reassurance that the work that you're putting in is doing something, right? Like it's actually serving a purpose. You know that, Alisa. You know that. You're putting in lots of hard work, and it's definitely paying off. Jennifer, me too. Christine, I love we can heal the lineage. Yes, yes, yes. Christine, I love that we can change the energy, healing our lineage. Jody, oh my goodness, I just spent the last 2 weekends at an ancestral medicine wheel. At ancestral medicine wheel ceremonies, all about healing the ancestral lines. Magic. Beautiful. If you could share any wisdom from that, like a quick tip, Jody, we would all love that. Anik, beautiful. It was the anniversary of my cousin's death Tuesday, yet today is the day my aunt found him. Aunt and uncle's lives have gone into shadow side, and I feel angry with him for effing up and leaving us. That's a lot. It's a lot for sure, Anik. It's when people have these losses in their lives, and especially the way that the losses happen and the way that it unfolds, I understand why the anger is there, because, you know, if this wouldn't have happened, then our lives wouldn't be this way. But you can say that same sentence on the flip side with a more positive outlook, right? If this didn't happen, then our lives wouldn't have been this way. Every time we step into an incarnation, we sign a soul contract. And we know exactly who we're going to meet, who our family's going to be, how we're going to be introduced to that family, how we're going to lose that family, how we're going to react to it. Like, it's all planned out for the growth of our soul. Sometimes we need to be smacked in the face with these uncomfortable situations that we feel like we're never going to get out of, because it's those situations that bring us the most growth throughout our lives. I'm sorry that that happened, and similar situation when I lost my dad, you know, we didn't find him for some time afterwards, and that is the anniversary that all of my brothers and sisters use, but I have some 8th house placements in my chart, so I needed to get to the bottom of it, so, like, whatever. But yeah, I understand. It's lots of not so pleasant emotions around it, but it's not going to be like that forever. Elisa says Team Black Sheep. We're the unique ones. Anik, I feel my mom was really coming through in that card's message also. Like, she's calling. You can do it. I'm breaking the pattern of shame and blame. It is. I mean, recognize that it's not an easy task. It's putting quite a bit on your shoulders, but it wouldn't be put on your shoulders if you couldn't handle it. Jennifer, for me, it is loving my ancestors for all their good and bad, and helping by changing the path. I can feel their appreciation. Yes, 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 yes. I've done, don't remember, I wish I could share it with you all, but I did some sort of ancestral meditation, and I did see, it was my Polish side. My mom's a Polish immigrant, and I saw all of those Polish farm workers just looking at me like, thank you. Thank you for making this better. Anik, the Armenians in my family are black belts in shaming. It's a cultural tradition also, you know? Like, we don't need to, especially, like, we're in this melting pot, right? Like, we're in this, we're not in Armenia. So we're removed from that culture to a certain extent. So it's easier, I guess, for us to heal those wounds. All right. Ooh, I got chills because I just learned a little bit more about this topic. Card number 3, guys. brings us to the chamber of the violet flame. Karmic release, radical transformation. The violet flame is a spiritual retreat space that holds a powerful energy of transformation and transmutation. It can be visited in meditation and invoked through prayer and affirmation. Spiritually, it is seen within a chamber, often as a giant roaring flame and sometimes with silver and gold shining through the violet. When we connect with the violet flame, we are being given the opportunity to detach from lower vibrational experiences and turn darkness into light. Ultimately, this is the gateway of alchemy. Alchemy is the art of turning lead into gold. And so, from an angelic perspective, the violet flame is where we place all that is laden and heavy in our life and turn it into a golden opportunity. Man, almost like all these ancestral patterns that need breaking. When you receive this card, know that the violet flame of transformation has been brought to you by your angels and guides. They are encouraging you to see that you are in a space of radical transformation. Transformation can be overwhelming, but know the hand of the divine is leading the way. All past trauma is now being cleared from your energy. Stay focused on releasing all of the energies that are no longer serving you. The violet flame is here to transmute fear into love. If any fear is rising up inside you now, know that it is simply a call for love. Call in the strongest form of love you know, and allow those in your inner circle to support you through this transformational time. You are an alchemist with the capacity to take all the laden aspects of your life and turn them into golden opportunities. You can align your life with the divine plan now and live in a more purposeful way. Is that not the most beautiful ending to this spread? So let me tell you real quick what I learned about the violet flame recently, because I've heard it come up, and it literally on Monday, my girlfriend was over, I was telling her about a situation in my life, and she's like, you can heal that with the violet flame. Tell me more. So essentially she like told me how to do this, and I went into a meditative state on my own, and I did this, and like it's great already. But the violet flame is the highest expression of energy that we view with our human eyes, right? Like think about the rainbow. Red is the lowest, violet is the highest. This is the highest energy that we're able to see through our own eyeballs. So taking that energy of violet into a flame and allowing yourself to literally be engulfed in it and letting this violet flame do its thing. And it burns away all of this. I'm not giving this justice at all. She explained it so much more beautifully than this. But the violet flame can transmute literally any imperfection in your energy. So here we are. We started this reading being reminded that we are the light. We're surrounded in light. We are ascending, right? This is our purpose in this lifetime right now. Card number 2, let us know why. It's because you're here to heal all of this ancestral trauma. You are the answer to your ancestors' prayers. Like, this is, thank you for being this light being that we've been praying for all of these centuries. How do you heal it? Use the violet flame. Invoke the violet flame. Allow the violet flame to do the hard work. You know, like, you're here to direct it to where it needs to be going right now. And you're here to invoke it. You're here to be that catalyst, the fire starter. You could be a twisted fire starter if you want, but you're here to invoke the violet flame, and you can invoke this through this present lifetime, and you can also send this back into previous lifetimes. You can send this back through your ancestral line to alleviate some of their hardships and tribulations. This is a great reading today, guys. Let's see what you were chatting about. And let's see. My chat box likes to jump when I scroll, so hang with me, please. Wait, I'm the light sheep of my family. I love it. Yeah, twist on words to make it better. I love it. Jody, our father is in front of us in the north. Our mother is next to us in the south. Our grandparents are so important. Maternal grandmother in the east, teaching us about clarity. Paternal grandfather in the south, bringing us lessons of love. Maternal grandmother in the west, teaching us to let go. Paternal grandfather in the north, bringing us wisdom. Really powerful to call the grandparents in and ask for their help and healing. They love us and are here with us. I'm going to take a screenshot of that because I want to read that later, Jody. Thank you so much for sharing that. And as I was reading it, I felt like I needed to call them in. I lost my dad's parents when I was really young, like 3 and 4, and my mom never knew her father. So I mean her mother is still alive. But yeah, the energy is definitely there. Thank you guys for your patience while I try to get this screenshot with all of my slowness. Okay, awesome. Yeah, that'd be really powerful to bring them all in to see what they have for me. Christine, the art of turning lead into stone. Wow, turning it into gold. Yes, absolutely. Turning lead into gold. Turning what we think is this nasty hand that we're dealt and turning it into, right? Like, we are the light body. We are surrounded by light. Remember that. Use that. We have it available. It's going to be there all of the time. Even like if you're not aware of it yet, even if you haven't like recognized your powers yet, it's still there. Imagine how much good you could do with it when you tap into it. We watched Teen Wolf last night. I've never seen it. 1985, Michael J. Fox, Teen Wolf. Beautiful, beautiful movie. But the story is all about, like, you've had these powers all along, and then you learned how to use them, and you used them for the wrong way, so whatever. It just crossed my mind when I said that. Dr. Monica, radical transformation is being transmuted. Fear to love. 100%. 100%. Violet, I feel like that is my card. I heard my name so many times. Isn't it said that your name is everyone's, like, favorite word? Like, my favorite word is Jacqui, hearing it, or at least a child. But yeah, Violet, that name in itself, you resonate with the highest light that is available to human eyeballs. Maria loves this card. Doug, this one is really in good accord with card 2. 100%, 100%. Jody, this medicine wheel, the medicine wheel followed by this trading is absolutely blowing my mind, blowing me away. Thank you, Jacqui, for this. Well, thanks for sharing with the medicine wheel, and thanks for listening to your guides who drew you here today to receive all of these messages, right? Anik, your donation is very kindly appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Gretchen, love the violet flame, removes discord and inharmony in our feeling worlds, past, present, and future. Yes, yes. We are able to, like, our souls exist everywhere at once because time and space are a 3D construct, right? So once you start transcending that third dimension, you start working with everything all of the time. Christine, I've seen violet lights during some meditations. Always wondered what it meant. I would take that as your guides were sending it to you, at least to, like, let you know that you have the ability, or they saw something that needed to be transmuted and they were doing it for you. Depends what the situation was. Anik, have to leave for a class. Thank you, Jacqui. Have a beautiful weekend. Thank you, Anik. Nice to see you. I will pull one culminating card from a separate deck. Then we'll do some Reiki. Here's my selenite wand. I love it. Selenite's a really good cleansing crystal, and it's a fairly inexpensive crystal as well. So if you want something to cleanse, clear quartz is amazing, but selenite is great as well. I have selenite laying all over my home. Just get rid of everything. Maybe I need some more violet stones in my home. I'm just kidding. All right, guys, so feel free to send your energy into Ask Your Guides. We'll pull one culminating card to tie all of this together. If you've been enjoying today's session, if you would like to offer a donation, those are always appreciated, never expected. Thank you very much, Monica. If you haven't followed me yet on Insight Timer, please give me a follow so you can stay updated when I post my live events and whatnot. If you'd like to work one-on-one with me, you can find my website in my Insight Timer profile under the About section. I offer Reiki sessions, I offer tarot and oracle readings, which are on sale this month for Halloween. I can dive into the Akashic Records with you if you'd like to learn more about your past lives or clear some contracts from your past lives. I'm hosting that women's retreat. Information is on the website. And that's it. Let's see what came out for us. Christine, I always thought there was something going on with my eyeball moving around weirdly in the socket. Is that during meditation or like all of the time? Violet, I have many violet crystals. I love it. All right, guys, our guides would like to wrap this up with number 36, the message of balance coming through from our divine teachers. The keywords for this card are support, codependency, manipulation, and generosity. You are in the delicate process of learning how to properly balance the flow of give and take in your personal relationships, and it's time to evaluate how you're doing. Are you giving too much, leaving you resentful and angry? Or are you withholding when you could give more, leaving you feeling guilty and defensive? Your divine teachers can help you learn how to better align your relationships so that you neither give too much or take too much as a means of controlling others. They counsel you to be honest about your motivations when dealing with others. You know in your heart of hearts what drives your interest in them. Do you give with a secret agenda of "you owe me"? Do you create dependency in and control over others with your kindness? Or do you withhold for fear that you might be taken advantage of, keeping people guessing about your motives and your intentions? Your divine teachers are on hand to help you answer these questions. They lovingly assure you that relationships are the most difficult of all spiritual classrooms, and the lessons of proper give and take are the most difficult of skills to learn. Have compassion for yourself as you seek balance with others. Ask your divine teachers to help you become more aware of how you give and receive in relationships, not just the romantic kind. Their message to you: there's no difference between giving and receiving love. Wow, even before I started reading that, balance, the scales, Libra, harmony, that's been a big theme throughout this reading today. But the more I read this description, it reminded me of our family. I feel like this is a family card for most of us here, as far as healing those ancestral wounds, right? Being the black sheep or the light sheep of your family, the different one, and feeling just that weird energy of it. There's two ways to take this, right? So myself, I'm being completely honest with you guys. It's not that I withhold love from my family, but I take a very like stand back approach. If you're not ready to learn what I've learned, if you're not ready to be exposed to what I've been exposed to, like I'm not gonna push it. I'm just kind of gonna take a back step. It's not that I'm withholding love from them. I have lots of love for my family, but I'm not in their face about it. So maybe I am withholding when I could give more, leaving me feel guilty and defensive, right? If something negative were to happen to one of my family members because I haven't shared what I know with them, would I feel guilty, right? I don't think so, but it's an example. But I have friends who try as hard as they can to like wake their family up to stuff. Like, look at this. It's right in your face. Like, I'm trying to help you here. And they're not ready to take in that kind of information. They, you know, it's too much for them. So are they giving too much, leaving them resentful and angry? It's all about balance. All about balance. Finding harmony. Giving and receiving love is one in the same. Let's see what you're talking about. Oh, no sound!